Okay, now we have our two pieces. We have our power unit, we have our chassis. And these actually go together pretty simply, although it is a little tricky to actually get them together. So I'm going to show you some tricks that'll make it a little easier. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do is I want to make sure I position this so that when these two pieces are attached, the gears mesh, and when the wheels turn, my motor gear also turns. And what that means, and the way I've built this or kind of designed it, is that on my orange piece, we're going to be putting a bolt through the first hole toward the front and the second to the last hole in the back. And then this last hole here, you can see a little half of the back of that red channel sitting through. So we're putting a bolt through this hole and a bolt through this hole. You could even put one through the middle there to be a third one. But this is really tricky to do, to try to get a bolt in there if you got these pieces together. So here's what I like to do. I like to take this unit and I like to take a 1/2-inch bolt and drop it through the first hole, and another 1/2-inch bolt and drop it through the third hole. So now they're sticking out the bottom, okay? And if I'm careful, I can lower this into position and the bolts won't come out, okay? So I'm gonna do that right now. So I've got it positioned. I wanna make sure I've got it lined up, drop it through, and I've got it in the right spot. I can see that little half piece of metal in the back hole there. These two bolts have gone through. Now, the best thing to do is to try to get a finger on top of these bolts like this. So this finger now is stopping both those bolts from falling out. And I'm going to hold the two pieces together as I flip it upside down. And I'm going to keep my finger on there to keep those bolts from falling out. Then I'm just going to start a nut on here. And this is why I like using the 1/2-inch bolts, because they stick up far enough that I don't have to really get down in between these two pieces to get that nut started. It makes it a little bit easier, in my opinion. We'll get that nut started on there. That's the front one. Here's the second one. And this can get a little tricky because this nut is really close to that axle, but I've had it work before. I can just spin it down. It does run into the axle a little bit, but once you get it spun down far enough, it gets kind of past the axle and you can get it tightened up. Okay, that's pretty good. Now it's loose, see that? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that I kind of get it just right so that the gears are meshing really well. That's really hard to show, but my gears are meshing, and I'm gonna kind of pinch that together with my left hand and also put a finger on one of these nuts on the underside. This, my finger on that nut to keep it from spinning. And then I can just come in from the top side and tighten that down. And you can get it like not super tight, but a little tight. And then you can still adjust this. You can still move it around a little bit, make sure it's exactly where you want it, and then you can really tighten them down. Okay, so that's attaching the power unit. Now it's set up so that when these back wheels turn, you can see that it also turns this gear that's connected to the motor. So that's good. Now the last thing that we have to do, focus. I don't know why it is okay with focusing on my hands. Okay, so now we've got these standoffs, and the last thing we want to do is attach our brain, okay? And what I've got it set up as is the plug or the socket for the motor is facing forward here, and we're going to plug it into port 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my brain so that port 1 is like right here. Now you could also turn it around this way if you really wanted to, but that doesn't seem to really matter. And this can be a little bit of a tricky maneuver, but if you've got your standoffs installed and tightened, you can just set your brain right on top like that, and you can see, I can see through these holes. There's my standoffs right there and there on the back, and the front, they're right there and there. And I think it's easiest to put the bolts in the front first. So I'm just going to drop a bolt through there and get it started on that standoff. And now it's caught in the threads, so it's good to go. I'm going to put my second one in, and I'm not going to tighten these bolts down yet. I'm going to leave them pretty loose. And that's because I want to be able to move this around to make sure I can get the back ones installed as well. Okay, so I need to go get a couple more 1/2-inch bolts. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got 2 1/2-inch bolts. Now this can be a little bit tricky because I've got a lot of stuff in the way and really hard to film this. But if you have a good wrench, like it's in good shape, you can stick that bolt on the end of it and kind of hold on to it that way. And then if I tip this up, I can kind of get this bolt started very carefully. In there. And again, I'm not going to tighten it down, same thing. Put the bolt on the wrench like that. Tip this up, make sure that the hole is free and lined up, and I can get that attached. And I'm going to tighten these down, not like snug or anything, they're actually pretty loose, and I want to do that because this is a pretty tight build, meaning that there's a lot of pieces that are really close together. It would be kind of difficult to build a smaller car than this. And so the last thing I want is for any of this stuff to interfere or run into each other when it's moving. So you notice if I had my brain over here, this piece right here and this gear could run into each other. So I want to make sure I slide this motor or this brain over enough so that there's no interference with those parts. Once I've got it where I want it, then I can tighten these bolts down and get them. Realize my hand was in the way the whole time. Now I've got everything tightened down. Now last thing we got to do is plug our motor in. So I've got the shortest cord here, and just grab that out of the green box. I'm going to plug it into the motor so it clicks, and I'm going to plug mine into port number 1. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of having the cord come over the top and stay out of the way of the gear. Notice that there's space between the cord and the gear, because we don't want this cord to be anywhere where this gear could, grab onto it and kind of mess it up. So I've got this kind of coming over the top, and you can bend these cables and kind of like, move them a little bit so that they stay out of the way. That's just something to check every time you turn this on. Now we've got our car ready to go and ready to program.